Hello, first one. So you will remember last lesson we started off looking at distances on a map and we created a plan of the quad so we could try and mark things on. But one of the difficulties we had was actually working out where to start marking the different things on, so like where we would place different items, for example. So to help us with that, today we're going to take a look at grid references. Now on maps, grid references can be used to divide a map up into a grid, a bit like the one that you can see on your screen right here, which is actually a map of Hogwarts, sort of linked to Harry Potter. And you can see that they've marked on lines going across and they've marked on lines going down. Now these lines that go down we call eastings, okay, and the lines going across we call the northings. And the reason for that is it shows us how far east and how far north different things are on our map. And if we wanted to identify a square where something was, we could use a 4-figure grid reference. So let's say, for example, we wanted to identify the giant squid, which is right in the middle of our map here. And we can see that that giant squid is located in this grid square. So we would start off by looking for the left-hand line and see what the number is on it. And we can see that in this left-hand line, the number is 13. So the start of our grid reference would be 1, 3, or 13. And we can also see that there is a line on the bottom, and we would find that line on the bottom and see what the number was for that. So the grid reference for this would be 1, 3, 4, 7. So you can see it's 1, 3 from the left hand and 4, 7 from the bottom. And we always go with the left hand number first and the bottom number second for our 4-figure grid references. Now, that's fine, but sometimes these grid squares can actually be quite big, and on some maps they can indeed be as big as a kilometre. So, when we're wanting to find things within a grid square, sometimes we need to break up the grid square into smaller pieces. And a way to imagine this is if the grid square is actually broken up into 10 individual little pieces, which, if you look on the grid references worksheet, you can see that they've kind of done that for you. So this would be one grid square, which you can see here. One nice clear grid square sort of marked on. And then they've divided it up into 10 individual pieces going across the bottom. So, back to our Harry Potter map, and if we wanted to do a 6-figure grid reference, again for this giant squid, we can see our giant squid, the middle of him is located roughly there. So that is, we can see, about 6/10 of the way across this grid square. So the first 3 numbers would be 1, 3, 6. And we can then see that going up, it is about 4/10 of the way up. So that would be 4, 7, 4. So if we put them together, a 6-figure grid reference for this one would be 1, 3, 6, 4, 7, 4. So I hope that gives a quick overview of 4 and 6-figure grid references. There is more information in your textbooks, so do have a look on page 32. And that will give you some better information there as well, and we'll explain it again in more detail. And feel free to watch this video back again if you want to revise it.